Okay, recording this video after close of trade Thursday, 27 September 2012, and it is a 6-year anniversary of Emini-Watch.com. Creeping up on 900 posts. It is still fun. Extreme trading, extreme economics, extreme politics. That's what's kind of going on right now. And I'll keep on trading and posting while this is going on, because it is just way too much fun. We've had a couple of emails over the last couple of weeks just saying, now that we're sitting here in France on the border with Spain, what's it like on the ground? And we should probably do an update on that in the next couple of weeks. But yesterday, the last couple of days, riots happening in Greece and Spain, 25% unemployment in both those countries. Spain is a basket case, a nut case. They've got a nutter in charge, and the people are getting incredibly angry with what's going on, and justifiably slow. And what we've got in the markets at the moment is fascinating as well. I think today's activity will define what goes on for the next 10 days. So let's just take a look at that. So we had nice 15 points of range, bounced off the end of trend, dirty end of trend on the 4,500 tip bar chart, went for a nice little rally, punched through up to 40s, where the professionals started taking profits. Got 1.9 million contracts traded. On the trend line chart here, we're in congestion, and the question is, are we going to run down first before kind of coming back up to test, or was the activity over the last 2 days, the sell down over the last 2 days, that was it, and we're just going to punch back through here? I'd suggest we're going to come down, and so today's low is absolutely critical, and whether we can push through with a little bit of follow through today, Friday, Monday, kind of being absolutely critical. Do we kind of punch through a little bit and then kind of lose our way and kind of drop through the floor, or do we kind of hover and hold and just kind of wait, consolidate, waiting for a punch up through that trend line? Here's what I'm seeing on the 45-minute 135 and daily chart. So we've had these sequences pull back to end of trend on these charts, and so we're coming down, and what we're going towards is a support level down here on the daily chart. And so I think we're going to run down, find support in this zone, and then kind of run back up to see pullback to end of trend. But if the QE is working and everybody's happy about what's going on, we'll just kind of keep on punching through, and it'll be another one of these sequences that we'll have to generate on the daily chart before kind of seeing that pullback level made. But when we look at the average trade size, so this is a 15-minute chart. This isn't Better Pro-Am. This is another algorithm just calculating average trade size, and it just looks at what's been going on. You can see all the blue professional bars happening at these highs and then selling down through 1450s a couple of days ago, and then we've had all these amateur bars kind of messing around down here. You get that at these kind of lows, and then these kind of test back up, so you get this situation. But 1440, today's activity, professionals came back in at that level. I'd suggest kind of taking profits, and so kind of rolling over and seeing a drop back down through the 30s will be an interesting sign, and then we're going to go for a little bit until we get caught by that daily time frame. But jury's out. Trade it the way it kind of goes, but I think today we'll have kind of a weak rally, and whether we get a rolling over today or Monday, that's what I'm going to be looking for, because if we get it today or Monday, then it's going to travel a little bit. In terms of the long-term chart, so this is it on the 40,500 tip bar chart. You can see the 2 days kind of sold off, bullish divergence kind of comes in, and then we have this kind of rocketing up professional volume, kind of buying the breakout into the 40s there. But we've had extreme buying. This was a huge reading, extreme buying there. So is this the last roll of the dice here, where we've had the topping out pattern? We come back in, the professionals come back in, blue professional bars at the highs, extreme selling kind of goes on. We run out of puff, we just roll over and kind of go the other way. When you look at the 4,500 tip bar chart, this was the setup for that pullback to dirty end of trend. We just have all these blue professional bars. So yesterday, we had the sell-off kind of continue, blue professional bars kind of coming at the lows. We got Rambo patterns, amateur bars kind of up here. We come back in at the end of the day. There's all those blue professional bars, and then pre this kind of setup, and really, it was tricky trading during yesterday. This, I think, what people were saying sparked the rally was the Spanish budget kind of coming out. So you can see all the blue professional bars kind of coming in the mid 30s here, low 30s, and getting this move going. We break through resistance at this point. We're into an uptrend up here. Run out of steam up here in the 40s with a Rambo pattern. Pull back to end of trend we've got to make on this time frame. But what's interesting is that's pull back to end of trend which is kind of syncing up with a potential resistance level on the 40,500 tip bar chart. So they might be able to kind of push it up a little bit during early Friday's activity, but whether it kind of just stops there and rolls over or runs out of steam or kind of gets ready. So that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for this to kind of give up and kind of go the other way. Perfectly happy if it kind of keeps on going, but there's a bit of a chance that it might kind of roll over at that point, and that's a defining day. So this kind of 2-day activity, maybe 3-day activity, will be a defining day, because once we see that, then that means we're going lower, and maybe a fair bit lower until we get caught by that support level. In terms of my trading, 1500 tip bar chart. Well, I made it out alive, but it was ugly. At the beginning of the day, we had all these. We were trying to make a bottom. So yesterday we had all those blue professional bars kind of coming at the close. We had a little bit of a rally. We kind of sold off, and we got caught again in this kind of range where we've got Rambo patterns. You can just catch one there. There's a Rambo pattern at the low of that bar there, one here, one here. We're in this Rambo kind of range. We had this extreme buying at this point here. Blue professional bar kind of comes in, I beg your pardon, exhaustion buying comes in at this point here, and you can see it was happening right here at this point here. That's not a blow off move. That's not a move to end a rally. That's getting positioned ready for a rally, and that's exactly what it was. I was getting long at that point, and then we had kind of out of nowhere this collapse down, and totally freaked me out. Got out of my long position, took a 1.5 point loss on the long position, decided to jump in short right at the Rambo pattern. Dumb, because we were ready to rally, and of course the blue professional bars kind of step in straight away, go the other way. So I lost another 3 points, kind of reversing. Well, no, just getting out. I didn't reverse, and then this thing just took off to the upside, just waiting for a little kind of pullback on the 500 tip bar chart, something, some sign of weakness to kind of get in and then kind of go long, and just wouldn't happen until we had this extreme move at the end. Went short, which is not the right thing to do at this point, which was actually an end of trend on the 500 tip bar chart here. Took 3/4 of a point here, then got long at the pullback level and rode this for 4 points, pullback to end of trend. So made it out alive, but it was ugly, and this was, I just got shaken out, and it was a shakeout, and it kind of it got me, which is a real shame. But as soon as those blue professional bars kind of came in, and we started to rally, I should have just jumped on board that move, because it was explosive and huge readings that we were seeing on better momentum. But this one was satisfying. Pullback to end of trend, took out nice 4 points, and you can see all the amateur down bars into that point, and then another extreme reading up at 44s. Blue professional bars kind of coming in, and we're weakening and weakening in terms of buying going on there. So not great trading, but satisfying nonetheless. It's just interesting to watch days like this when you saw some of the readings that were going through on better momentum, and it ended up on that 40,500 tip bar chart with this kind of 100, that was about 100,000 type reading on better momentum here. So question is, have we run out of puff at that point, and the professionals at that 40 type level have taken the opportunity to get out and are thinking about shorting this thing over the next day or two. So there we go. Hope you're trading well right now. It's a little bit tricky. I think it's the market character has definitely changed. It's not quite. We don't get the follow through on the moves, and we got this real slowing of activity. And I just in the back of my head are thinking, was this really the night capital algorithm that was doing all of that kind of good stuff from my perspective in terms of moving the market? Anyway, enjoy Friday's trade. Looking forward to the weekend. Just long 40 even, and reason getting long, coming up into a pullback and an uptrend support level. And there we go. On the 1500 tip bar chart, we just had blue professional, a whole bunch of amateur down bars, Rambo patterns. This little push up was like this one, amateur up bars, but then we'd come down, and the professionals just stepped in there on the 500 tip bar chart. So hopefully we'll have a little push, pullback to end of trend on 1500. See if we can kind of break new highs. Right, here we go. We're on our way back up. Test the highs. We're up at 41s. Kind of blue professional bars kind of come in here. Just looking for this pullback to end of trend. 1440 is really kind of critical level. Everybody's looking at that. and it is coming up to cyclical resistance on the 13,500 tip bar chart here. With it's just a massive reading here. All the blue professional bars kind of come in, but we could easily overshoot it and kind of get out a little bit lucky. Looking for 44, but let's see, could do 41, 42s rather. Just coming up to the previous high, 41.50. A little bit of time to run before pullback to end of trend kind of goes off, but around 150 level there'll be a bunch of stops kind of up here, so get a little bit of excitement. So we just got to 42s, kind of burst through here, so kind of new high. It's a little bit slower than I hoped it would be, kind of popping some more stops and kind of running up a little bit harder, but no blue professional bars kind of coming up the highs up this time around. So let's just keep holding, see if we kind of get a little bit more push through. We're due for this end of trend at some point on 1500, but let's see, we're overshot on 500. Alright, well there we go, we got the pop of a whole bunch of stops being run. Exhaustion buying, blue professional bars kind of coming in at 43 and a quarter is the high there. Might get a little bit lucky, push out 44s, but just give it a second. Go, just out 44 even for 4. Excellent. Well, missed the run up, but at least I got the pullback to end of trend move on the 1500 tip bar chart. So there's another blue professional bar kind of come in, 13,000 on better momentum, and still going. Unbelievable, huge readings here. We've got exhaustion 70,000 on the 13,500 tip bar chart, and that'll be good enough. The end of trend will probably go off at some point, but yeah, out at 44. Interesting day. And there we go, just a moment later, end of trend's gone off, 1500 tip bar chart, and we've got those blue professional bars in. So we've had that exhaustion buying bearish divergence. That looked like a flush pattern to me, but it didn't come up as flush, and then yeah, another kind of big leap up. So glad to be out.